Okay, this is me talking to Jesus, Jesus talking to me. I said, what happens when a person dies? And he said, well, we come to them. We're there. And when he meant we, I mean, he meant Jesus, angels, deceased family members, and including deceased family members that you never knew. I mean, like your grandparents' parents may come because they've been with you all your life, not literally, but from heaven, they've been following you because they're interested in family.
Right.
And they've loved you and prayed for you, and you never knew them because they were dead before you were born, you know? But anyways, so those people come, and I said, so what happens? And he said, well, the first thing is we have to convince the people that they're dead. Because when people died, they don't know they're dead. Because this is what I experienced. When I died, I felt better than I'd ever felt in my whole life.
Yes, I remember you said.
And you know, when people say, when you died, did you know you were dead? And I said, no, I thought I was more alive than I'd ever been. And if you had come to me and said, Howard, by the way, you're dead now, I would have told you you're crazy out of your mind. How could I be dead? I'm more alive. And I mean, you would have had great difficulty convincing me. So I said, what? So Jesus said, we have to convince them that no, you can't go back. Although you're still in the world, you're still here. You still see it, feel it, taste it, touch it, and all that. You're no longer a part of it. This is not, you know. And so, what do you want to do when you die? You want to go to your wife, your child, your whoever's there, and say, "Hey, you know, this is good." And Jesus is saying, "No, you need to come with us. Time to come." You know the movie Ghosts?
Yes, yes, one of my favorite movies.
One of my favorite too, and it does a really good job at the end. You know, although they just show them as beings of light, which is okay. I mean, that's a good way to depict them as beings of light. Those are real beings, and Jesus in the crowd, and he's like, I want to stay with this woman that I love, but I know it's time for me to go on. And they're not forcing him, but they're just drawing him right to him. It's a wonderful scene. I totally relate to that. And so Jesus and the crowd, the gang that have come, they take them and lead this. That's my phone. I know. They take them up to the beyond. When they get to the beyond, Jesus said, it takes them a long time to adjust to the new world. Because the way I understand heaven, when you get there, you can actually do whatever you wanted to do. Like, one of the things that I want to do when I go to heaven is I want to have a very long conversation with St. Paul.
I can imagine. Everybody would love that.
Well, he's my hero. I mean, Jesus is beyond hero. Jesus is my Lord and Savior. Okay, so I just want to make that clear. But Paul was a man with lots of humanity, lots of man, and he says things that he shouldn't have said in his letters. I mean, he said some very naughty things, but he said incredibly wise and good things that I totally relate to. So, like, Paul's my man because he totally understands what it is to be a human being and how, you know, I do not do those things that I would do, and I do those things that I would not do. Wretched man that I am, who can save me from this? I just love the way Paul thinks and writes. And as far as I'm concerned, the most brave, courageous, heroic figure in the history of the world. And I want to talk to him because how did you have that courage? Because I never had the courage you had. I never had the strength you had. And so that's something that I want to do. When I get to heaven, I can do that, but maybe when I get there, I'll realize that maybe what I need to do is go be quiet for a while. You know, you know, you know what I mean? I mean, maybe my family, Jesus and the angels said, what you really you need to go rest and keep your big mouth shut for a while and not talk. If that's what they say, that's fine. That's good.
Basically, they're acclimatizing to a completely different environment.
Absolutely, because that's what that's the perfect word, to get used to heaven, because you can do whatever you want to do, but in heaven, what you're there to learn is, what does God want me to do, not what I want to do. And of course, my ego is big enough that it's always what I want to do, not, God is always second to what I want to do, and I'm trying to learn, like I got to recognize that what I want to do is not always the right thing to do.